And welcome to Two Idiots Reading Comics. Uh, Go ahead and like, share, subscribe on whatever platform you're on, whether it's YouTube or any podcast app. Go ahead and subscribe, follow, and all that fun stuff on our social medias. That's Two Idiots RC on Instagram and Twitter. And our Facebook group is Two Idiots Reading Comics. YouTube is also Two Idiots Reading Comics. Thank you for listening, and let's get into the show today. And welcome to the best damn book club on the internet. This is Two Idiots Reading Comics, episode 53, starting off year two of the podcast. This week we are reading Hawkeye.
My Life
It was volume
as a
one.
Weapon.
Yeah, My Life as a
Yeah.
Weapon. Yeah.
I'd imagine it's volume 1.
Yeah. It was, I want to say this was either, I think it was Marvel Now is when this one got, like,
Reboot, yeah.
after one of their giant reboots.
Of course.
I think it was the Marvel Now reboot.
Okay.
And also, I think this is the one that at least the logo is based off of this series. But I think it's the Hawkeye series that's coming to Disney Plus is loosely based on this
All right.
storyline.
That makes
Or
sense.
this run.
This idea.
Yeah.
And again, now for the second month, not in a row, but continuous, Talmadge did not do his part of his homework.
I didn't write down the credits.
It's part of this.
It is. I also have been finally finishing up painting, and then also have a project due at work. And so I read all 4 of the month of July books in probably less than 30 hours.
God.
So it's going to be fun.
Hopefully you don't get too confused.
Yeah. Are you excited for the month of July? You like the books we had picked out this week?
I really do like them.
I'll tell you what, we didn't have a lot of the traditional art that I know you like. Like I get a feeling I know what type of art you like, and I'm very curious to see how some of these books we did this month, what your opinions on the art is.
Sounds good to me. Well, let's kick it off with Hawkeye My Life as a Weapon. You've got writer Matt Fraction, artist David Aja, AJA for issues 1 through 3.
Yeah.
And Javier Pulido for 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Color artist Matt Hollingsworth. Letterer Chris Eliopoulos.
I feel like we've had Matt Hollingsworth before.
I think we have. The Eliopoulos, Eliopoulos.
Yeah.
And what's crazy for a Marvel comic, especially mainstream, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names.
Yeah,
Usually we've just got like lists.
It's probably
of names.
because we're not doing like a Spider-Man
Well,
or
Hawkeye does not get enough
Avengers
credit.
or no, and like I think this is kind of like how when DC, well, they've had like different initiatives in the past of like, let's get Aquaman more credible and like let's make him an actual badass.
Yeah, and then
I feel like this
that,
one, I feel like that's what this run was, is like, all right, let's get serious about Hawkeye.
Yeah, because they definitely had to do that in the movies.
Yeah.
Age of Ultron, you're sitting there, they set up for the whole time of, okay, Clint Barton's dying. He's going to get shot in the end.
Well, that was the whole thing about, I think his name is Jeremy Renner. He was very upset.
Right? Or Hawkeye.
No,
Hawkeye.
yeah, Hawkeye. He was very upset about how, like, his role in the first Avengers movie. And so basically, like, Age of Ultron was kind of an apology to him and that character. And they're like, let's get him a little bit of his backstory.
And now he's getting his own TV show.
Yeah.
Because he's still the lead, right? He's still
yes,
Hawkeye.
but this is kind of a
they're going to bring in
baton passing to that Kate Bishop character
now,
that's in this story.
Is Kate Bishop now in the show that they're going to do? Is Kate Bishop is not his daughter, right? Or I thought they were setting up that his daughter was to become Hawkeye.
I think that is what they're teasing for the show, or at least they teased it with what was it, Endgame, where he's teaching his daughter how to shoot and calls her Hawkeye.
But she gets blipped.
Yeah.
So when she comes back, she hasn't aged.
No, but I'm wondering, because I don't think in the comics that is his daughter, and at the point in the comic that we read for this week, she had already been Hawkeye a couple times.
Right.
I don't know.
They
They talk about when he was off being a ninja or whatever.
Yeah.
Which
he was being Ronin.
Yeah, Ronin. So.
Now, in this one, there is a very heated love interest between the two of them I kept picking up.
I don't think so, because she was underage.
Well, that's kind of the point. It's like the whole time, like...
I hope that's not what they're alluding to.
What I picked up was that anytime, like, she would hang around or he would hang around, she'd always be, like, blushing in the side and, like, always wanting to...
I didn't pick that up. I think it was very much... he didn't want to, like, give off that impression. And maybe it's not that she's underage. Maybe it's just that
she's underage.
she was just a lot younger than him.
Well, and kind of like a daughter. Like, he was the father figure to her.
And he was also, like... He very, very much clarified real quick is like, I don't want to sleep with you. Yeah. And I think he said he's like, I've slept with partners before and it doesn't work well. I don't know. I got more of a older brother, younger sister kind of vibe. Okay. All right. Other than when she was obviously Madame Mask or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was and basically had to give him a reach around.
Yeah. Was giving him a reach around to find the
I mean
black label card.
I don't think
something card.
Yeah, I don't think actual Madame Mask. She just would have been like,
yeah.
But she made a point of like, I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah. Which is cool because I've never Hawkeye's not a big character on my list. He's cool and I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know a lot of his story, but to have her being a like master disguise artist, Kate Bishop, was a cool touch.
Well,
to
I also think, I mean, he's no Black Widow, but I mean, he's been working with Shield, so he's also
he's got that aspect
pretty much a spy.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me, he had to train her. She's probably pretty spyish herself. So
I would imagine, because I mean, to a lot of the archery stuff, he is hidden, long shots. Quiet kills.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is the aspect of being an archer, I guess.
Yeah. Did you like did you like this book?
I did.
I did too.
It's not up there in my list, but it is a good story.
Yeah.
A good idea.
I like this one was more kind of episodic. It wasn't like just one big story arc.
Yeah,
like it went story, and then like I think the last two were kind of like 2 issues were one big story.
The last 2, that was where he met the woman and bought the car, and then this car gang was chasing her down, right?
It was the Russian, which we got to take a break for a second. I don't know the author or whatever. That motherfucker just know one Russian dude that liked to say bro a lot, and he was making fun of that, or if he just... I mean, I don't know too many Russians. Maybe they do overuse the word bro, but it was just like, I don't know if he's doing this to be funny or.
But he did use bro a lot.
Yeah, and it was like all the Russians. It wasn't just that one guy.
Like they were going back and forth with the Russians, and it felt like it was the same Russian talking each time. Like they just changed colors.
Yeah.
But that was tough. Reading some of that.
I was like, Jesus.
Writing in the style that people talk is probably easy to write, but then as a reader,
it's like
it's hard to get your brain,
especially if we're from Alabama. I don't
know how Russians normally talk.
Yeah, I don't know too many Russians. I almost said they're in the greater of Alabama. There aren't too many different cultures. Obviously, we both went to college in Birmingham.
Yeah.
So we got to encounter some there.
A lot more.
Yeah, but I never met a Russian before, so I don't know how they talk.
No.
Especially a rough-in New York mafia guy.
Right. So it's hard, and we've seen it in other comics before, it's hard to sit there and reading normal style comics.
Yeah.
Where it's every word's written out, and then to go to slang talking, and then trying to read it.
Yeah.
As they're talking.
And then you're like, gosh, he leaned hard on that stereotype.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He leaned very hard on the bro in Russian.
Yeah. But there was that. Maybe there was like 2 like 2-issue story arcs, and then like the first one was just kind of like an introductory.
Now, the one.
What did you think about the art though? I was wondering because it wasn't super
I'm trying to think.
detailed. Like I know you like the Jim Lee Justice League style.
Now this I enjoyed this one.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't know why I did, because
it managed to be not super detailed, but not like bad at
but
the same
not
time.
bad. It was almost like an indie comic, and I guess it kind of fit Hawkeye's. Fit him.
Yeah,
because he's not,
and it fit.
He's not an A-lister like Iron Man and Captain America to get the best artist, but he's also not trash.
And this one is
so you kind of give it a little.
And also fits the kind of the personality he's going for this. He talks about like in the first issue where he's like, I've hung out with Captain America. He makes you want to be a better person, but he's not here right now.
Yeah.
And so he's more of this rugged, like pseudo badass, but also gets himself into dumb situations.
Oh, he got into dumb.
And so the art kind of fit that.
This one, and that's why I did like the artwork with this story.
I noticed the colors, like when you're reading it, like each panel on one page has the same tint of color.
And then it lightens, didn't it?
It
light
and dark, but like depending, like it changes page to page, but like each page has like almost a theme of like what color tint
it did.
Each page has to it.
Have a very, especially
which most of the time was like purple, but there was some other ones too.
Especially when he was went in to fight the circus guys.
Yeah.
It changed a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
That one was a little tough for me to read, just because I didn't pay attention to a whole lot of the. It took me a minute to catch on to the jumping back and forth a little bit. It had a little.
Which one?
Where they went into the circus, they put the glasses on, and everybody hypnotized all the bad guys, then stole their money. Then they went and stole their money.
Oh yeah, that was like I think that was the issue 1.
And then at the end, you've got the big dude.
Yeah. And it was the same guy who trained Hawkeye, trained this guy.
Yeah.
And it was the robbers robbing the robbers, robbing the robbers.
That one got a little confusing because they were jumping back and forth from like a past conversation.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. That's probably about the only part of it.
I think my favorite, because it wasn't just one big story, but I mostly liked having to buy the tape back from the villains, which actually turned out to be
bullshit.
Yeah, they made a fake video to protect the Navy SEAL's identity, and they were trying to find out if there was a mole. I guess they showed up at the end. They were kind of saying we're having to rebuild S.H.I.E.L.D. right now, and we're doing it our way.
Right.
And then the other big storyline I like was saving that girl who stole the mafia's car and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one.
The tape one took me a minute because when they like, oh yeah, we just did this because it was bullshit. I'm like, then why go through the theatrics? Then they described that they know
they
there's
did
two
one
moles
with Captain
left.
America,
one Wolverine, and one
Hawkeye, and just trying to see which one got out.
Yeah, and there were two. It was they showed the hero assassinating a politician, which was saying that S.H.I.E.L.D. sanctioned the hit, which in essence made the U.S. sanction the hit.
Yeah. And they're using Avengers for political gain and stuff like that.
But they're actually just protecting the Navy SEALs.
So people don't go murder their families and stuff like that. Yeah.
So it was cool the way they did it. And I did like that kind of arc of Captain America, which Black Widow didn't seem to really get when we read hers.
Yeah.
Was Hawkeye knows that, okay, this is it. Yeah. This is my limit. I stop here. I won't cross it. Because of what, like he said, Captain America's taught me a lot, and I learned from it. Where kind of Black Widow,
how about him showing up, and then maybe it was just the art style, but they had him in pretty much like the old retro Captain America style drawn.
I like that. Yeah. I like that old. He just kind of like over bulky, yet still fits his
and
body.
Looked super 2D and stuff like that. Yeah, like that shit. I had a point I wanted to make. Keep going though. I forgot.
But like in the Black Widow comic that we read, she hadn't really learned anything from S.H.I.E.L.D. or the Avengers she had worked for. She was still
dealing with
she was still a rogue assassin, where Hawkeye seems to have crossed into being an actual, wanting to be a good guy, wanting to be an Avenger, knowing, okay, literally shot a dude in the back of the neck and didn't kill him. Yeah. He just paralyzed him.
With the boomerang. Oh, no, that was Kate Bishop. Because remember... Yeah, the Russian had a gun to his head, and they set up the whole thing of all the wacky arrows, and he didn't label them.
Yeah,
and she was like, "Why do you need a boomerang arrow?"
And she just tilts it up, shoots it, and it pops him back in the head.
Yeah.
But no, the one where the guy that trained, that was
Yeah.
also trained, Hawkeye shot him in the back of the neck with a
Oh,
real
yeah.
arrow.
Yeah.
And Kate's like, I thought you never killed. He said, I didn't. And
Yeah.
again, going
I
on
gotcha.
to where Black Widow, she just killed him.
Yeah. I also thought they did a good job of like putting into emphasis that he has no powers or anything.
Yeah.
He's at the end of almost every comic, he's like in the hospital getting bandaged up and stuff
shit.
like that.
And so I was thinking about this. When you have the Avengers, you've got Iron Man, who's just smart, wearing a super suit, strength, smart brains. Captain America, super strength, leader, charisma. Hulk, dumb as a brick, but super fucking strong.
Yeah.
Thor's a god with lightning. Then you have two characters that are almost fucking identical, Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Yeah.
What does each one of them like bring that they bring enough to the table that they're different from each other?
I mean, you have an archer. I mean, weapon style, and then also, she is technically a super spy. He is not like super spy-ish. I don't know. He's like spy light, but I don't know. I don't know. To be honest, couldn't answer that for you. I don't know.
But you get where I'm going with it. It's kind of.
But they also kind of just paired them up to, I guess, fill out the team.
Because they are usually doing shit together, or they're usually the partners.
And they've had a past, and it's like the people who already worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. but can still hold their own and stuff like that.
True.
Yeah.
I guess that was just odd because you have two similar fight styles. I mean, they fight very differently from each other, but where the other four members bring this very diverse.
They both have like similar origins where they're working for S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I see what you're saying, but I don't know. It just kind of works.
Oh, it does work.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Anything else?
I'm trying to think. I like the art. They did, the whole demonstrating that he really doesn't he knows superpowers. He's out there working his ass off and stuff like that. Did you like Kate Bishop as a character? Granted, they didn't do a whole lot with her,
but I did like her because you can tell
she knows her shit.
It was like a Robin-esque.
Yeah,
but
she knows her shit, and she'll call him out on his bullshit. But at the same time, she's still learning.
It was like a Robin-esque character, but instead of Batman never really listening to the Robin.
Yeah. You can tell
Hawkeye
actually cares about her opinion and stuff like that.
He listened to her opinions, used her ideas, used her methodology, instead of where Batman with a Robin usually just goes,
it's Batman's
there
way
you
on the
go.
highway.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Batman's already 10 steps ahead and's already done his idea and just listening to Robin catch up.
Yeah.
So I did enjoy where she was a teammate, not a sidekick.
Yeah. I also think they did a good job of making him rough and rugged, but at the same time, he did awesome stuff like go and pay for his entire building's rent when they tried to triple it, and then buy the building and stuff like that.
Took care of the
dog issue.
The one that got messed up because of the Russians.
That one got me.
Yeah, that poor bastard.
Yeah.
But took care of him, made sure the dog got fixed, and still had the dog in his house.
Oh yeah.
That was good.
What do you call him? He called him. He named him or something.
I didn't write
no, the dog's name was Arrow. He's like, yeah, we're gonna have to change that.
And I don't remember what he named him.
I don't
afterward.
think they mentioned it. But it was all around a good quick read too.
Oh, very quick. I think it was 115 pages, and that's with the cover arts and all the extra editing. So maybe like an 80-ish pages.
Yeah, if you're just looking for a quick, easy read, definitely recommend this.
Yeah, definitely. If this was a volume 1,
I mean it is,
which it is.
Yeah.
It would not make me go pick up volume 2.
It wouldn't.
But it was a very enjoyable just.
But story. If you're just looking for something to give a kid. Well, actually, I don't know. There's a lot of not nudity, but risque
nearness nudity.
And Hawkeye got to reach around from his sidekick. You know what? Take that back.
Don't give it to a child under the age of 13.
Yeah, maybe like a 15-year-old.
Yeah. Sure.
Here you go.
Uh,
If some smart ass teenager says Hawkeye isn't cool, give him this book.
yes, I definitely agree with that. This would
Yeah.
be a very good introduction to anybody that thinks Hawkeye is just dumb.
Yeah.
This is
For
a good
sure.
way to introduce him.
Yeah. But that kind of does it for this week. Next week we have Gotham Central.
Gotham Central.
Yeah, Gotham
Detective
Central.
Comics.
We kind of broke our rule without noticing until it was too late. This
Yeah.
one is 10 issues, but pretty damn good, not gonna lie.
But it feels like it's
Decently quick.
Yeah.
But we'll save that for next week. Though.
Yeah, we'll get into that all next week.
Hope y'all have a good week, and we'll see y'all.
Happy 4th. We're 2 days after, but
Are
happy
we?
4th. Yeah, this will come out on 6th.
Okay,
4th
cool.
was on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
And happy year number 2 of the podcast.
let's keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Keep them numbers going up.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review. Literally comment anything. It helps us out.
Yeah.
And
Everything and anything.
Yeah. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.